Hey everyone, welcome back for another episode of the Family Chit Chat. I'm Tom Pounder, and today we're going to be continuing our series on obedience. And today we're going to be looking at obeying and trusting other people, in particular God and our parents, even when other people aren't. And we're going to look at the story of Noah's Ark. Now, you may have heard this story before, but I want to encourage you to read it again. So I'm going to ask you to pause the video, read the scripture, and answer these few questions. And I want you to see what everyone else was doing in the world right then, and what Noah was doing, and how the Bible describes Noah. All right, you ready to begin? All right, pause the video now. Okay, the whole world was just involved in all sorts of mischief, and they weren't obeying God, they weren't trusting God, they were just doing their own thing. However, Noah was trusting and obeying God. And it even says in the Bible that he was a righteous man and God looked upon him favorably. And here's the deal. Because of that, Noah was entrusted with building the ark and starting a whole new nation that God had chosen. God chose him and his family to start the world all over again. Now, God didn't want to do that, but because everyone else was doing their own thing and not obeying and trusting God, Noah was chosen to do that and start all over. And that really goes to point what our bottom line is. I should trust and obey even when others don't. The reality is trusting and obeying is not always the easiest thing to do, especially when we think we know what's best or when we see a bunch of other people not trusting and obeying. But the reality is we need to trust and obey God, and we need to trust and obey our parents because ultimately they know better. So I want to encourage you that no matter what other people are doing, that we put our trust and obedience in our parents and God, that they would show us the right way how to live our lives, and that we'll be blessed because of it. And it really ties along well with our Bible verse for the month. Hebrews 13:17. Trust in your leaders, put yourselves under their authority. Do this because they will keep watch over you. God and our parents are the authority over us, and it is our job to trust and obey them because they know better than what we do. So I want to encourage you today, put your trust and obedience in God and trust in Him, because ultimately He will guide you the right way. No matter what other people are doing, God will guide you as long as we trust and obey His way. All right, everyone, that wraps it up for us today. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next week as we continue our series on obedience.